What's the deal, people? It's your boy, the Bold Lion Label Bar. Coming at you guys with another video, another iteration on entrepreneurship. You see what I mean? Another episode on entrepreneurship. And this episode is entrepreneurship and time, right? Entrepreneurship and time. There's a statistic out there that says 90% of businesses under 5 years fail, and after that, another, I think 90% fail. I don't have my information right, before hitting the 10-year mark, okay? All right? Entrepreneurship takes time, okay? Getting to that level of where you're getting paid every day, where you have the clientele, where you have, the money coming in and the resources and the employees and things of that nature, takes time. Give it time, man. People that don't give business ideas time, jump from idea to idea to idea, right? And they don't sit with, an idea enough, give it enough time for it to proliferate, for it to grow, for it to do what it needs to do, right? So time is one of those key elements, right, that you have to be able to master and be patient, right? Be patient with your idea, be patient with your business, and it will blossom, right? You know what I'm saying? Along with other factors. But time is a very crucial element because impatience will kill it. Impatience will kill your entrepreneurship aspirations, right? So time is extremely important, right? And that's one of the things that people overlook. You see what I mean? They often think about the money aspect of things, the capital, and also the management. But another great key factor is time. You need time. You need time to build, okay? You need time to build capital, if you're not getting a loan, which I do not suggest because you start off in the red that way. You need time to build capital. You need time to build clients. These clients gotta word of mouth you, to so you can be referred, right? You need time to get in the algorithm of, Google, Yelp, these places that promote your business, these platforms that promote your business. You need, time for that algorithm to get up, right? You need time, to get your reviews up, right? It just takes time, okay? And time is something that today, in this day and age, a lot of people just do not have the time, because we live in this very microwave society, right? We live in this TikTok society. The first 1 or 2 seconds of a video is going to determine if you're going to watch that video or not, right? We live in a very microwave society. We see people online, boom, with their businesses, and it seems like it just happened overnight. And that's the mentality that we have, right? But no, negative, right? It takes time. It takes time to build, right? You see, I have a bunch of machinery back there. You see that? You see, it took time to build that. I started with one machine, right? Then the 2, then the 3, then the 4, then the 5, then a plethora of them. And I still have some coming in. You see what I mean? I still have some that I want to buy. So it's an ever-growing thing. It's not a destination thing. All right? It's not a destination thing. It's a journey thing. And a journey is time. All right? You have to have the time. You have to you cannot disregard time. Okay, it's like a baby, right? Your business is like a baby. Entrepreneurship is like a baby. You know, you cannot, you can't speed up that process. You know what I'm saying? It always takes 9 months to make a baby. All right, you cannot speed up that process. It just takes time, and with time, perseverance, weathering the storm, you will get there. Okay, you will get there, and it's absolutely worth it. It is absolutely worth it. But I got to give you the real about it. All right, the real about it is you have to give it time. All right. This microwave society is just it's not conducive. It's not a conducive mentality for building a business. Okay, all right. I've been at this. Like you can just walk into to the shop, right? You can just walk into the shop and be like, oh, he's got a shop. He's got a printing company. He's got this employees. He's got this and that, and think that it was just overnight. But this is 2024, right? I've been at this since 2012. All right. The first thought of building this company to where it's at started in 2012. That's 12 years. Okay. Now, mind you, I'm not a pro at this. You see what I mean? I'm not a pro. I've been groomed as a registered nurse. You see what I mean? But I needed to go out on my own because I didn't like the whole corporate setting, and that whole culture just wasn't for me. So I went out on my own. So probably some of that, maybe my non-expertise has something to do with maybe more time that it's taking, the time that it's taking. But at the end of the day, it still takes time to build capital and build clients and build revenue and build, and just to build it. Okay. It is just what it is. All right. I don't think there's a way around that. We see all these TikTokers, we see all these Facebookers, we see all these YouTubers that just seem to have just blown up overnight. Right. And we think that that's what it is. Maybe that is what it is for a few people. You see what I mean? But the true vibes, the true reality of things, we don't know the backstory, right? We do not know the backstory of how they got there. They could have been grinding for years and years and years and years, but all we see is just the front end. So give it time. It takes capital. It takes a lot to run to be an entrepreneur, to run a business, right? It takes money, capital. Of course, it takes good management skills. It takes organization, and it takes time. Okay, do not count that factor out. Do not count that factor out. That's why time is going to weed out the people that are not meant for it. So be ready, and be prepared. You see what I mean? To give it time for it to grow, for it to go to where it needs to be. I'm still not at the level where I want to be. You see what I'm saying? I'm not there yet. I still need more time. A matter of fact, like I said, it's a journey. It's a forever thing. You see what I mean? It's a forever thing. So time shouldn't, if you're in a rush, entrepreneurship is not for you. You see what I mean? Because it's a forever thing, and that you want to pass it on to future generations, right? And maybe even not, if not the business, maybe the knowledge of entrepreneurship. It's a forever thing. You want to hand it over to the next generation so they can build it up even further. You see what I mean? So, time is of the essence. But what kind of discourages us from with the time thing is that we live in a social media era, and we think everything is microwave, everything is quick. You see what I mean? It might be quick for some people, but generally that's not the case. Also, so give it time. You need time. time, if you're a person that just does not have the time, to put into it, to watch it grow and to go from stage to stage to stage, I'm afraid, my boy, I'm afraid, my lady, that it just might not be for you. You see what I mean? That's just my take on it. You see what I mean? I've been in a storefront for about 7 years. When I first opened my storefront, my very first storefront, it was much smaller. I had like 2 or 3 machines. Shout out to my homeboy Eric Machans, Eric Machunu, man. I'm talking to you, bro. You see what I mean? You remember that, right? It was just like 2 or 3 machines, and it grew, and I had to reinvest, and with time, it's gotten to where it's gotten to today, and I'm thankful for it today. But with more time, it's going to go further. You see what I mean? So time is of the essence, and time is money. But time, you got to give it time to grow, to breathe, and things like that. So don't be in a rush, even though these days, you might be able to hasten your time, through the advent of social media, things of that nature. But in order to gain traction, you need time. And do not, I repeat, do not disregard that really key, important element of entrepreneurship. You dig me, all right? All these brands that we see have a story behind them. You see what I mean? They have a beginning story. If you look at Amazon, how he started, he started, I think, in his garage or something like that. Gucci had these just silly, just crazy raggedy store. Walmart, same way. It started very small, and with time, it grew. With time, ingenuity, it grew. All right. So do not disregard the time. Don't let these social media people fool you, right? Don't let the internet fool you that it's an overnight thing. It can happen overnight. Don't get me wrong. It has happened overnight for some people, but for the general populace, is us coming from employee to employer, right? Especially if you don't have you're just going at it without the background knowledge of it, it takes time. It takes time, and give it time, man. Let the thing grow. Let it be, let it grow, and you will see the fruits of your labor. All right. So up until next time, I will check you guys later, and
like, comment, and subscribe as well.
Get some.